Hey everyone, and welcome. So today, we're going to do something a little different, and I think a lot more fun. Instead of just drilling a random list of words, we're going to learn 25 absolutely essential German action verbs by telling a story, the story of a single day. Your day. You ready? Let's dive right in.
I want you to think about that for a second. Your entire day, from the moment you wake up to when you finally go to sleep, it's really just one action after another. So, how would you tell that story in German? It might seem tough now, but trust me, by the end of this, you'll know exactly how.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build your daily story piece by piece, one verb at a time. This is hands down the most practical way to make these words actually stick in your brain. So, are you ready? Let's start with the very first moment of the day.
Okay, so every day pretty much starts the same way, right? The alarm goes off, your eyes flutter open, and you start your morning routine. So let's jump into the verbs that get you out of bed and ready to face the world.
Before you do anything else, before you even think, you do this. You atmen. You breathe. I mean, it's the most fundamental action there is. Let's try saying it together. Admin. It's that quiet, automatic start to every single day.
All right, from there, things start to pick up. First, you stehen. That's stehen, you stand up. Then you gehen. To the bathroom, you walk. Once you're there, you waschen, your face. And you burst in, your teeth. And just like that, you've already used 4 key verbs, and the day has barely begun.
So you're up, you're clean, what's next? Well, for most of us, it's about getting some fuel in the tank and putting our brain in gear. Let's look at the next phase of the morning.
So, you make your way to the kitchen. You find a chair and you sitzen. You sit. Then, of course, you essen, to eat, and you trinken, to drink. 3 super simple but absolutely essential verbs you'll use every single day.
With breakfast out of the way, it's time to engage your mind. Maybe you lesen, the news on your phone or a chapter in a book. Or maybe you grab a pen and you schreiben out your to-do list for the day. See how these 2 verbs cover so many of our daily tasks?
All right, you're fueled up, you're focused. Now your day really starts to involve other people and the world around you. Let's look at the verbs that make all of that interaction possible.
Now this is a big one. To communicate, you have to sprechen, to speak. It's how we share ideas, connect with people, basically how we navigate our entire lives. Really try to get that sound down. Sprechen.
Next up, how we perceive the world. You use your eyes to sehen, the beautiful day outside. And you use your ears to hören, your favorite song on the radio. To see and to hear. 2 fundamental ways we experience, well, everything.
Okay, here's a classic pair of opposites that, you are going to use constantly. You öffnen, a door to go outside, and you schließen, the window when it gets cold. To open and to close. Simple, direct, and so incredibly useful.
So our day isn't just about quiet, predictable routines, right? It is filled with dynamic movement and, of course, a whole range of feelings. So let's dive into the verbs that cover all that action and emotion.
Feeling energetic today? Maybe you go for a jog, you laufen. Or maybe you get some great news and you feel like you could literally springen for joy, to jump. 2 fantastic, high-energy verbs for when you're really on the move.
Of course, not all movement is quite that dramatic. You might need to heben a heavy grocery bag, or beugen down to tie your shoe, or maybe just dehnen to stretch after sitting at your desk for a while. These 3 cover so many of those smaller daily physical actions.
Oh, I love this one. Here's a really important little nuance in German. You lächeln when you see your friend across the street. That's a smile. But when they tell you a hilarious joke, you lachen. You laugh out loud. It's a subtle difference, but it's one that makes you sound so much more natural. And to round out the emotional spectrum, we have weinen, to cry. Hey, it's a natural part of being human. And now you have the proper German verb to talk about it.
Whew! After a long day full of action, interaction, and emotion, it is finally time to wind things down. So let's bring our daily story to a nice, peaceful close with the verbs for the end of the day.
The final actions are usually pretty simple. You might comb in your hair, and then the last and maybe the most welcome verb of the entire day, you schlafen. You sleep.
And just like that, our story of a day is complete.
So there you have it. We just walked through an entire day, from start to finish, using real German verbs. Now, are you ready for a quick power-up just to lock everything we've learned into place?
Let's do a rapid-fire recap. Ready? Let's go. Atmen, breathe. Stehen, stand. Gehen, walk. Waschen, wash. Bürsten, brush. Essen, eat. Trinken, drink. Sitzen, sit. Lesen, read. Schreiben, write. Sprechen, speak. Sehen, see. Hören, hear. Öffnen, open. Schließen, close. Laufen, run. Springen, jump. Heben, lift. Beigen, bend. Dehnen, stretch. Lächeln, smile. Lachen, laugh. Weinen, cry. Kämmen, comb. And schlafen, sleep. Boom! 25 essential verbs, just like that.
And that right there, that's the whole point. This was never just about a random list of words. These verbs are the building blocks. They are the tools you need to start describing your own life and forming real sentences in German. You did some really great work today. So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Using these 25 verbs, what is the very first part of your day, your routine, or your world that you are going to try and describe in German? Don't wait. Give it a shot. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for learning with me.